Torian Prince, who was a -7 tonight. He's a human -7. But it's not because of his -7 that stat is important. It's because of what Nash did after. Like I said, he tried to get Shamet out of the mud. Shamet +1 didn't do too well tonight. I'm watching him struggle. Karras wasn't imposing himself so much to get him more open shots, but he's got to play better than what he did tonight, and he's got to shoot better. But Torian Prince was an absolute dud, and that's a problem. A guy that gets a -7 on a team that won by 28, that's pretty freaking bad. And we survived it, and I think that's an important stat, an important component of this team that we've got to keep an eye on as we're trying to get better.
Yeah.
What was your moment? What was the play of the game for you? I mean, that most defined this game.
So I'm gonna do a quick mini one, and then I'm gonna do my big one, which I actually already alluded to earlier, so it'll be short. The mini one was I thought KD's defense on Tatum in the first quarter was awesome, and I think that I thought that was just like he locked him up multiple times, and that was the thing that everyone was nervous about, was going to go first with the Achilles, and I thought that was incredible. So that's my first little one. But generally, I thought the run that LeVert went on with the two or three different baskets he made, and then the kick out to Shamet, where Shamet finally made a massive three, that one that our man Alan Crabb wouldn't have ever made. So that was mine. What about you?
Yeah, I love that. I love both of those. One, Kevin Durant on-ball defense is better than I thought. Yep. I've watched him all these years. He's been one of my favorite players. I've had at least 2 million hours of arguments with Knicks fans back in the day of who's a better offensive player, Melo or KD. It's KD by a long shot, by a lot.
Yeah.
It's not even close. And worse than that, I think that because he's so good on that side of the ball, I haven't looked at how good he is at defense. The Nets defense tonight is another kind of just great sign of the job that Nash is doing. Even Kyrie looks really good on defense. He got a steal that I was really impressive in the game. And what you said about Karras, I tweeted it. I tweeted the same thing. He gave us 6 points and 2 assists in 2 minutes, and that was right before KD and Kyrie came in, and that was super important. Like that, it's incredible, like just how he fits in that role. He's not. I like what Coach Nash is saying, but he's not Manu Ginobili. It's not the same thing. But I understand he's deploying him like Manu Ginobili, and it's pretty effective. It looks pretty beautiful. I'm gonna go to Jarrett Allen again. That all NBA teams make runs, right? You need guys who are run stoppers. And before the Nets really just poured it on and completely just took them out the game, Jarrett at around like a little bit after Karras lost his mind, and went off in that 2 minutes. Jarrett just was punishing on defense, and that block on it was either Tatum or Brown, because they both were in the post. Just changing shots, just completely demoralizing. Like his defense, it was like, fine, if Kyrie's gonna kill us, KD's gonna kill us, Karras is gonna try to kill us and do well too. We know who he is, but if Jarrett Allen's gonna kill us too, we've got no shot. And that was the ball game right there. So I gotta just show love to that. My dude, What are you thinking about the next game? Before I let you go.
I actually thought you brought up a really good point, which I really hadn't thought of because I've been so into just watching them. But it'll be interesting. I am interested to see, and I'm sure fans will start to get more involved when we talk about like how the rest comes about and when they get sat and who they decide to sit against and everything. I know they have a back-to-back coming up, and KD said that he's going to talk to the staff about that. So I'm curious about that. What about you?
Well, it's the Hornets and the Grizzlies. I'd rather him rest against the Grizzlies and just let the Hornets didn't look horrible because Graham and I forget the other guy's name.
Giro had like 40, I think, something.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. They look good, but again, they were playing against not the greatest defense in the world. But I'd rest KD for the Hornets, and I'd let him come out and see what he could do against Memphis. We should be 4-0 by Monday.
I'm hoping.
You ready to do this back-to-back next week?
Let's go.
I am so happy. And I also am at Yves Darbouze. If you can spell those French names, God bless you. And my partner is at Samuel Lachow. Let's keep the conversation going. New York Cities, you have just seen greatness. Let's keep it going, Brooklyn.